Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, August 21st. For introduction purposes, my name is Todd Wilchin. I am the chair of the county board this year. On my left, we have fellow commissioners Bill Avery and Deb Shore. On my right, we have fellow commissioners Roma Amundsen and Vice Chair Jennifer Brinkman. Joining us this morning from the County Attorney's Office is Jen Holloway. Joining us from the County Clerk's Office, we have the County Clerk Dan Nolte and Monet McCullum. From the County Board Office, we have our Chief Administrative Officer, Carrie Egan, and our, excuse me, my microphone was off. We have Carrie Egan from the County Board Office and Ann Ames, who is our Deputy Chief Administrative Officer. Now, if you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, would you please start the agenda?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk's staff at the front of the hearing room. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, August 14th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the last Board of Commissioners meeting held last Tuesday, August 14th. Any discussion or corrections? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Avery?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Abstain.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through August 21st, 2018.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all claims processed through today. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 3, unfinished business. Amusement license renewal application from Josh and Amanda Cadaby, doing business at JK's Pumpkin Patch, to hold a fall farm pumpkin patch from September 14th, 2018 through October 28th, 2018, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 757 Bluff Road, Lincoln.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the amusement license application from Josh and Amanda Cadaby. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore?
Yes.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 4 is new business. 4A is a special designated license application from Ken's Liquor, Inc. for a wedding reception at Hillside Event Center, 12,400 West Denton Road, Denton, on Saturday, September 15, 2018.
Move approval. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the SDL from Ken's Liquor. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundsen?
Yes.
Avery?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4B is a resolution authorizing the installation of traffic control devices in Lancaster County.
Move approval.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the resolution authorizing the installation of traffic control devices. I see the county engineer here. Is there any questions for her? Seeing none, unless...
So this sign, which says "Watch for Stopped Vehicles," is being installed on 148th Street. As you may recall, last year we paved Adams Street. As part of last year's budget, we have received a few complaints, in particular in coordination with the Sheriff's Office for this location. There is a lot of panic braking going on for stopped vehicles that are turning onto Adams Street. And so Next week, when we talk about the 148th Street Safety Study, we're going to talk about some more issues at this intersection that paving has created. But for now, we'd like to install the Watch for Stop Vehicles sign.
Any questions? Discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll, Mr. Clerk.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery. Yes. Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. C is a contract with Maxwell Products, Inc. to provide the annual supply of asphaltic joint sealant. The contract shall be effective upon execution by all parties. The cost of the county is not to exceed $20,000.
Move approval?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Maxwell Products. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery. Yes. Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D is a contract with TCW Construction, Inc. in Lancaster County on behalf of the Lancaster County Engineer for concrete box culverts G111 and G144. The cost of county is $377,025.15.
I'm Dave, Lancaster County Engineer. As you may recall, this is the kind of recontracted box culverts one located on Elbow, just west of 112th Street, and the other located on Bluff Road between 40th Street and 27th Street. TCW plans to move in and start on these as soon as they're complete with the box on 148th Street, and if we can get it to keep raining long enough for things to dry out.
Any questions? Any other questions? Okay, we have a motion.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contract with TCW Construction for 2 box culverts. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery. Yes. Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. E are contracts to provide annual repair services for construction and purpose-built equipment. Terms of the contracts are 1 year from the date of execution with the option for 3 additional 1-year renewals. The cost of county is not to exceed $100,000 for all contracts, and this includes Hamilton Equipment Company, Titan Machinery, Truck Center Companies of Lincoln, and Vermeer High Plains.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the contracts for the annual repair services for construction and purpose-built equipment. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery.
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4F is approval of the Lancaster County purchasing card procedures.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the Lancaster County purchasing card procedures. Any discussion?
There's
Commissioner
long
Ford?
time coming. I want to thank all the people that worked on this project from the very beginning, probably 18 months ago, to get to this point.
I would echo those sentiments and specifically thank the Chief Deputy Administrator, Ann Ames, the purchasing agent, Bob Walla, and the county attorney staff, including Jen Holloway and David Durbin, for their work over the last year and a half. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 5, consent items. Change order number 3 to County Contract C-18-261 with Yost Excavating, Inc. for construction and removal of temporary fence to allow for removal and replacement of existing fence for an increase of $660. Amendments to the following contracts. County Contract C-16-498 with Paramount Linen for annual services, rental and cleaning of mats, various linens and related items. The amendment renews the contract from September 13, 2018 through September 12, 2019. The cost of county shall not exceed $8,000. County Contract C-14-454 with Odyssey Travel for annual requirements, travel agent services. The amendment extends the contract from September 9, 2018 through November 8, 2018. The cost of the county shall not exceed $2,500. County Contract C-16-668 with Rise and Shine for annual cleaning services. County Engineering Office, Shop, and Weed Control Office. The amendment adds services for adult probation with an increase of $2,500 for the remainder of the contract term for a revised total amount of $7,900. Setting a public hearing on Tuesday, August 28th, 2018 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building regarding Keno Fund projects and Lancaster County's proposed budget for fiscal year 2018-2019.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a couple seconds for the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Avery,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 6, public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on an item not related or related to county business but not on the agenda? Okay. Please continue with the announcements, Mr. Clerk.
The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, August 23rd, 2018 at 8:30 a.m. in the Bill Luxford studio of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, August 28th, 2018 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, August 28th, 2018 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building regarding Keno Fund projects and Lancaster County's proposed budget for fiscal year 2018-2019. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV and can be viewed on YouTube.
Move we adjourn?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Brinkman,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, that concludes the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting. I'm going to go ahead and start the agenda for the Lancaster County Board of Equalization. Mr. Clerk, would you please start the agenda?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk staff at the front of the hearing room. The material will also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approve the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, August 14th, 2018.
Move approval.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the last Board of Equalization meeting held last Tuesday, August 14th. Any discussion or corrections? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, would you please please call the roll?
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Abstain.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention. Number 2 are additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls.
Move approval of the additions and deductions.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 3 is a public hearing. This is for motor vehicle tax exemption applications. This includes Cornerstone Christian Church, St. Peter Catholic Church, Corporation of Presiding Bishop Church of Jesus Christ, Northern Lighthouse, Capital City Christian Church, and Food Bank of Lincoln.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing for the motor vehicle tax exemption applications. Anyone here wishing to testify in support of these applications? Anyone wishing to testify in opposition or in the neutral capacity? Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing for the motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Next is number 4, action on motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Move approval of the motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the motor vehicle tax exemption applications. Any discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Brinkman,
Yes.
Wilchin.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 5 is appeal of assessed valuation change for Nebraska Horsemen's Benevolent and Protective Association, Inc.
Good morning. And is there a clipboard up there by chance? Oh, could you just spell your name if you would? That'd be great.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. My name is Lynn Schuler, Lynnne, SCHULLER, Executive Director, appearing on behalf of the Nebraska Horsemen's Benevolent and Protective Association. We are the owner of Lincoln Racecourse. We received notice on July 10th that our valuation was being retroactively increased starting in 2014. We do not have an objection to paying our share of taxes for the services we all enjoy. My only purpose in appearing today is to ask for extended time to pay the back taxes. I spoke with the assistant treasurer, and she said that something like that would be more properly posed to this commission. So that's the only purpose of my appearance today. The back taxes amount to roughly $60,000. As a locally owned business, that was a little tough to come up with all at once. So we are requesting that we pay $15,000 by the end of the week and $15,000 for 4 months total. So this week would be the first payment, and then an additional 3 months to pay without incurring any interest or penalties. That's my request.
Well, thank you for that information. Any questions for Ms. Schuler?
Yes.
Commissioner Shore?
I just wanted clarification. The $60,000 in total includes the penalties and fees, but in asking for this payment plan,
Yes.
you don't want to incur any additional
Right.
fees. Okay, just want to clarify that.
I actually believe that you waived the back, the penalty and the back tax fees because we were not aware
Okay.
that that the money was owed. That was what the assistant treasurer informed me.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions for the person that's appealing, Ms. Schuler? Okay. Thank you. I do have, I guess, a couple questions for the county attorney. And probably I guess, and probably the chief deputy treasurer. I guess, can you give us a little background? I mean, I think everyone's aware of what happened, that this was the situation where the permit that was used to construct the property was not, what was lost. It wasn't communicated to the assessor's office. The assessor didn't know that there was a building out there, and now they've assessed and that goes back to 2015?
That's correct. I believe it's 2014. There's a process by which the building permits are supposed to be given to the county assessor so they know when there's been an improvement made on a property, so they're going back and assess it properly. In this case, for whatever reason, the assessor does not have any record of ever receiving the building permit, so we never knew it existed. This year was a reevaluation year of all commercial properties. And then when the assessor went out there, they saw a building out there that they were not expecting to see, and they went back and using aerial photos, they believe it was constructed in 2014. By statute, we are allowed then to go back and collect the taxes that should have been collected starting in 2014, and that's what occurred here.
And that's correct. It was built in 14.
I know she's asking for an extension for a payment plan. I'm not aware of any statutory authority to allow that to happen. I think the statutes are pretty clear that it has to be collected as part of it. I believe maybe the treasurer can speak a little bit more about their policy. They are not asking for the approximate $4,000 in late penalties that should be collected as well. And they've given them also a grace period. I'll let her speak a little more about that.
Yes, and in our conversation, I had, when Mr. Lake and Lynn were talking with us, I had said I would talk with the county commissioners, Carrie and the county attorney, about possible historicals, because Mr. Lake did bring up that he thought there was some historical prevalence about a partial payment plan that I was not aware of. So that's the conversation I had with them. We obviously do additions to values and taxes all the time, and we have a standard office practice that we will usually give a 2 to 3 week time frame to allow for taxes to be paid without interest. But there is no statute or, that gives us any sort of leeway as far as forgiving those interest rates. So that's where I'm kind of at with it as well. But as Dan said, there's no penalties other than the actual statutory interest for delinquent taxes.
And there's actually some case law that speaks this and says that the Board of Equalization does not have the authority to waive any penalties, which interest would be a penalty on that. There's another statute that says that any action by the Board of Equalization to waive any of that can actually hold you personally liable as well for that.
Well, can we go back and talk about what the practice is for the county treasurer's office? So what does the statute, I mean, what are we supposed to do?
Okay, so under statute 77207, all delinquent taxes shall draw interest at a rate equal to the maximum rate of interest allowed per annum under section 45-104.01, as such rate may from time to time be adjusted by the legislature from the date they become delinquent, and the interest shall be collected the same as a tax upon the interest accrues. So that's the statute we use, but we've always had the office practice for as far as I've been there, that we have allowed a 2 to 3 week grace period for those to pay their taxes. And that's standard across Nebraska. Most treasurers will allow that time because there is a lot of situations where they weren't aware of it, so we do allow that grace period. And that's just been standard practice.
Yeah. I guess I kind of have concerns about that. I mean, that's something that I think need to look at because.
Sure. And right now, I'm just under the homestead exemptions, there is a 30-day grace period now. So there has been questions about not having a grace period in the past. So just I believe this last year, they did start putting a 30-day grace period on homestead exemptions that were lost. So.
But that was set by statute, right?
That was just recently set by statute because of the inconsistency across the Nebraska treasurers.
Sounds like there's another inconsistency that is being practiced by county treasurers that I think we may need to look at.
The other statute I was going to let you guys know about is it discusses what you guys can actually hear as the Board of Equalization. The statute specifically says in an appeal, you can discuss the appeal of the penalties imposed shall be limited to correcting the penalties that have been wrongly calculated. Since as far as we know, there's no issue with the calculation.
Yeah, we're not contesting that.
Right, and that's essentially the main issue that you guys can decide upon if there was an issue with calculations. Everything else, waiving fees, setting up payment plans, any of that, under statute, we would believe you guys don't have the authority to do that. That would be something that would be better suited for the Turk Board.
Okay.
So in that case, do I need to withdraw my appeal? And
Well, I mean, that's completely up to you, but I think whatever action we take, I mean.
Well, I certainly don't expect you to incur personal penalties for.
Yeah, we appreciate that. So, I mean, yes, I mean, if you would like to withdraw your appeal.
Yes, I would request to withdraw, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Seeing that, thank you very much. Okay.
Next is number 6, action on appeal of assessed valuation change from Horsemen's Benevolent Protective Association, Inc.
I think the appeal was withdrawn.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and move on to item number 7.
Next is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to County Board of Equalization business not on agenda may do so at this time.
Anyone in the audience wishing to speak on an item related to the Board of Equalization but not on the agenda at this time, please come forward. I'm seeing none.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Amundson?
Yes.
Shore?
Yes.
Brinkman?
Yes.
Avery? Yes. Wilchin?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We are adjourned. Have a good